So I've been playing War Thunder for a little over 5 years now, and in that time, I've learned quite a bit of things that have made me a much better tanker for either realistic battles, arcade battles, and even in simulators. So in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my 5 best tips I can give you to becoming a better tanker in War Thunder. So let's start off with rangefinders and how to use them to accurately measure distance to target. Now, there are 3 types of rangefinders in War Thunder. You have the basic one, which every single vehicle has. It's basically your crew member eyeballing the distance. The next one you have is the optical rangefinder, which is primarily found in battle rating 6.7 and above vehicles. This increases the amount of distance you're able to measure to your target, as well as be able to get a more speedy way of measuring that distance. And the last one is the laser rangefinder, which is found primarily in the top tier vehicles, with the exception of one for the Swedish, but we won't talk about that. And this one is the best possible one you can get, which ranges about all the way up to 6,000 or 7,000 meters, whereas the ones before can only go up to about 2,600, and before that about 1,000. So it's definitely something you'll want to go ahead and master. Now, if you want to go ahead and see my keybinds, this right here on screen is what you'll see and what I use on a daily basis, and it's how I adjust my targets and how I get the best possible measurement of distance. Now, I do give a little bit of a leeway of about 50 or to 100 meters just to kind of let that sable round or whatever I'm shooting kind of give it some time to drop, as there is going to be, I guess, a difference of about, well, 50 to 100 meters in discrepancy depending on the distance of the target. So up next is side scraping. This tactic is best used against a defending player behind a wall or a large piece of cover. What this does is minimize the amount of angle penetration by that defending player. This is a tactic that is best used in the lower tiers, as solid rounds such as APHE, APCBC, and even sable rounds, as well as heat shells, will bounce off without causing damage, usually. If the defending player makes the mistake to shoot your high-angled hull or turret, it'll open them up to a counter, depending on their reload speed and even your reverse speed. Now, keep in mind, in the higher tier gameplay where high angle penetrating sable rounds, APFS, DS, and even some heat rounds, this won't necessarily work. So it's more or less a miss than it is a hit. So again, keep that in mind when you play top tier. And next we have squad markers. Now, what this is basically a 3D mark on the battlefield that is only visible to you and your squad mates. So if you decide to go in with a couple of friends, this marker will only be visible to them. Now, it has a multitude of uses other than just identifying where a target is. You can also use it as a point of reference to mark accurately your artillery, which does work very well. Now, a cool little trick to this as well is your teammates that are fighting in aviation, if they're coming in with CAS or something, you can mark that location to be able to be engaged by their, well, ordnance, whatever they have with them. However, on the flip side, helicopters as well as aircraft can do the same for you, assuming they don't have any sort of ordnance to counter them. So good, that's a great way to have good communication without being in a setting where you have to have a microphone. Now, this is the keybind I personally use. If you guys want to go ahead and use it, it's just the middle mouse button, and where you can find it, it's under the common settings in your controls, and it's something I highly advise you use in every situation, especially in ground RP at any single tier. And next up, we have hull turret pivoting. So what this does is it basically gives you more turret traverse by pivoting the entire hull of the vehicle. So this is most effective for vehicles such as maybe the Type 59, but can also be utilized with other vehicles as well. So what this basically is you have to just go forward just a little bit, release that forward key, use the turn key while also turning your turret in the direction you are going, thus giving you more turret rotation speed, being able to counter a target almost 360 degrees, assuming you wanted to do that, as shown in this instance right here. Now, last but definitely not least is ammo stowage reduction. Most vehicles in the game have 2 types of ammo stowage: the first stage ready rack and the general stowage. The general stowage is situated either in the hull of the vehicle or around the entire crew, depending on the vehicle itself. Now, that is where the problem lies. If you carry the full ammo capacity, you risk the relatively unprotected ammunition being penetrated by your opponent. To reduce this chance, you'll want to carry what I call a half load. Basically, you only carry the amount of shells for your situation. If you're sniping, go ahead and carry a full load. If you're brawling, maybe carry the least amount that's usually well protected in the turret itself. Usually. Then again, it's entirely based on your situation at hand, and you'll have to play that one by ear. All right, so those are the best pieces of advice I can give you for the time being, and hopefully it helps you guys improve your War Thunder tanking experience. Now, please keep in mind, your own experience may vary depending on how knowledgeable you are with the game. I mean, there's still so much I really did miss in this actual video itself, and I try to condense it to the 5 best pieces I can find, questions asked by you guys in the comments, in the live streams, etc. And I want to know, is this something you guys want to see more of? Even though I kind of covered the 5 biggest ones, there's still a ton more out there that I can definitely bring to you guys in a video format. And if you guys want to see me talk about this or even ask me about some other pieces of advice, you're more than welcome to check out my live streams over on Twitch. I will be streaming the entirety of the last Twitch drop, so I hope to definitely see you guys there for that reason as well. And yeah, I am super winded right now, guys. I do apologize. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, guys. I do go ahead and read those, and I'll see you guys not only in the next video or even the streams itself, but in War Thunder. Until next time.